Hello people of the earth and welcome to QuickSave TV. My name is Mike and this is my series called Take a Look At. Today we're taking a look at Nelson Tether's Puzzle Agent from Graham Annable, which is published by TALA Games, which is a puzzle game in which you just do puzzles. In essence, that's what all it is. It came out in 2010 and today we're going to take a look at it, show you some gameplay of it and the puzzles we're going to solve. The game is in essence an animated comic cartoon kind of thing. The comic, in a sense of the way it's drawn, you can see clearly the stylized, like as if it was drawn in a pencil, in a simple sheet of paper, and etc, etc. And the plot will take us as a, what's his name? Tethers, Mr. Tethers. Anyway, Mr. Tethers, this guy, which is an extremely potent operative of the FBI's Department of Puzzle Research, he's going to be our protege, which we're going to control and go around trying to figure out what the hell happened at the factory at a city in Minnesota. I don't remember what the city name is. The point is, this is the kind of game which, even though it's in a genre that is completely very far from me, as far as it's possible, it's the adventure puzzle kind of game. I don't really like such games. It really speaks to me in the way it's drawn and in the way the story is presented. The voice acting in the game is proper. It's not overly passionate about whatever. It's not overly distant from what the game tries to present. It's just the right amount of stuff. You cannot imagine how many adventure games are not very good, which try to present a story, which try to overplay, overreact, overshow, overdramatize things. This is the kind of story that is serious in itself, but at the same time there's so much humor in it that, you cannot drop this feeling that it was trying to be funny and entertaining at the same time, which is just a great achievement in my opinion. So as you can see, we have some kind of cosmonaut which came to our researcher, Mr. Tethers, and which will bring us to the first puzzle. That's the interface in which puzzles will appear. That's how they appear for the remainder of the game. Cracked crossword. Nelson Tethers' crossword puzzle has been ripped to bits, but is there something written on it? Reconstruct it to find out. Sometimes they will also provide additional rules and etc. to help you figure out what you're supposed to do. We're clicking to solve it. This one is very straightforward and easy puzzle. We just need to put these pieces together, one after the other, so that they, compile properly. Nothing very difficult in here. It's actually very easy, but not all of them will be as easy. Where is this one supposed to go? Not here. Not really. Not really. Said Mike, right? And I'm gonna stuck on that, right? Cannot solve the puzzle. Okay, fail of epic proportions. And as I continue failing in this game, I'm gonna try to go ahead and assemble it properly. Okay, I think I've done it. And once you've done with the puzzle, what you do is you can go ahead and submit it. If you cannot solve the puzzle, you can go ahead and use hints. And the use hints, you're spending chewing gums, of which we're gonna talk just a little bit later. The chewing gums can be found all over the world. You have to just look carefully to find them. It's not extremely difficult, but you have to pay attention. The chewing gums is your second chances, second tries, whenever you encounter the puzzle that you cannot actually solve, and you can use them. Of course, not using hints and not submitting wrong answers will give you additional bonuses. And as you can see, I just got 10 stars from this simple puzzle, and I didn't spend a lot of taxpayers' money, which is a very funny part in the game, which you can actually check. Anyway, so it gives you a rating, it gives you how you performed. You can perform from anywhere in the range from 1 to 10. It seems there's specific key points 1, 4, 7, and 10, but anyway. And then you can click how. Like for people such as myself who are not really good with puzzles, it's very helpful. This one was straightforward, but some of them are really complicated. And this says here, every piece in its place. Well done, there's no description. But sometimes when there's not really understandable what the hell was you supposed to do, you can go ahead and click how, and you will understand what is that you've done, or what is that what you're supposed to do. What was the quest? What was the idea? And so because of the voice acting and general quality of the story, it's very simple. It's not necessarily the most complicated story in the game. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip it because I want you to enjoy the story yourself if you are to buy the game. You know, it's not the point. The story is great and it's very, very light. You know, it's this kind of game which you can enjoy with a cup of tea easily. It doesn't need, you don't need to focus on it. It's not a dramatic super drama. It's just a drama with enough humor in it to make it entertaining. Everything in the game is drawn, and what you can see right now, the animation is kind of simplistic. At first I thought my video card burned down, but it actually is the way the game is intended to be. It's all like drawn on a piece of paper, and you enjoy it as such. It's this classical kind of puzzler, excuse me. It's a classical kind of adventure quest game in which you solve a puzzle after puzzle and just enjoy the story. The interaction with characters is minimal. You ask a question, they give you the answer. There's nothing really unusual in that. But a lot of humorous moments will make your day. I just played it for about an hour and I have to tell you, it's a lot of laughs. It's a great way to relax a little bit. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and skip this part. We're not really interested. I mean, you are probably interested, but I'm not interested in showing it to you. Okay. Come on. Yes, okay, you can stop now. Let me go ahead and show you the last two things I wanted to show you and we're done with this presentation. So, it gives you general hints to what you're supposed to do. In this case, you're supposed to talk with Creepy Man. That's the way the mouse hunting in this game is like performed. There's no mouse hunting as such. When you click the mouse cursor on any position on the screen, it starts separating this gigantic circle. In this case, you see the man is close to us. It shows us, if we click too far away from something, it shows us specific objects. For example, if there's a chewing gum which I'm supposed to pick up and I didn't click on it and I click like here, it will show me, oh my, there's a chewing gum, or this is the quest person, or this is something you can pay attention to. It's very, very helpful, doesn't bother me at all. Generally, that's the thing I hated in quest, and many people I'm sure as well. There's no pixel hunting as such in this game. Next, if you press escape, in normal conditions we would be able to use it, but right now we cannot. If you press escape, it will bring you to the in-game menu, which will allow you to select any of the puzzles you've done previously and show you general amount of money, taxpayers' money that you've wasted. And etc, etc. Let me go ahead and show you another puzzle. Another thing, I don't remember if I mentioned it, there's so many puzzles in the game that it's such a joy to actually work with them because they're so different and there's so many of them. This one exactly provides you puzzle rules, so you have, you know, general explanation of what you're supposed to do. So here you go. You have to go from here to here, but you also have to cross these lines. This one is very straightforward. We're going to go ahead and put the logs properly and we're going to move like this. And then we go ahead, submit. Of course, you can use hints and etc. Let me go ahead and demonstrate how hints work. Let's say, ready to use a hint? Yup. And then says, Nelson will need to follow an S pattern or an N pattern in order to hit every stoplight on his way to the hotel. You can ask up to 3 hints. They generally never give you up all the necessary information until the 3rd hint, but even at the 3rd hint, sometimes they don't, right? Sometimes they don't. But they're trying to give the 3rd hint as strong as possible, but you should save up on the chewing gums because they're not as, you know, they're scarce, let's put it simple. You're trying to find them and you're trying to save up on them for really, really difficult puzzles. You don't want to waste them on very simple ones, such as this one. But of course, every person is good with one kind of puzzles or the other, unless you're a superhuman being and I don't want to talk to you. 75 million spent. Congratulations. That's very appropriate, is it not? Directions and detours. Hints used in chewing gum. Wrong answers 0. 9. Top agent. Okay, how? This puzzle can be solved by either working as S or an N-shaped pattern with Nelson's tracks. Good job. Nelson's reached his destination and all is right with the world. Okay. Okay. Oh, the press actually poses the game. Space actually poses the game. So, okay, this is the thing. This is the thing as such. I think I've said everything that's about it. If you would like to pick a game right now, it would be appropriate for you to go to Indie Royale, it's called. I always confuse those two, Humble Indie Bundle and Indie Royale. It's a great place to purchase the game. It is just in a pack with other games as well. I think it's a great opportunity. Of course, you can find the game in a digital distribution as well if you're interested in it. It's a great game. I totally recommend it to you. But it's not something extremely serious. You have to understand that it's a simple adventure story with a lot of puzzles and etc, etc, etc. Let's go ahead and show you. Escape. I cannot still, right? That's very frustrating. That's very frustrating. And that will be enough for us. That will be. I just so want to show you the interface before we leave, you know, so you have the general understanding of what we're working with. Jesus Christ. Just let me show the menu. Yeah, okay. The characters are so charming, I have to tell you. They're very cute, you know, and they have nice voices, and you know, you kind of like to listen to them. They're not annoying or whatever. It just works very well. Aha, here you go, menu. We have a journal in which you have the general entries of what's actually happening, which you will be able to read yourself. The entries will be added as you progress in the story. And then we have the gigantic database of all the puzzles that are in the game. Most of them are locked for you, but some of them are unlocked as you are trying to solve them, right? And then it shows you what kind of achievements that you earn. 10 stars, never use the chewing gum, never use the hint, actually, right? Never use the, never wasted $1, right? Got it from the first time. And this one is, what is it? I don't remember. Got it from the first try, I guess. I don't know. And you can try to resolve them all over again as many times as you want. So you can, for example, if you enjoyed one specific puzzle, you can just call your little sister or little brother and just, you know, hey, why didn't you try it? You know, it's a lot of fun. You know, just a thought here. Just a little thought here. And that will be enough for this presentation. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of Puzzle Agent by me. If you did, please don't forget to put a like on this video and subscribe to my channel to see more of such content and any other videos. Playlists are organized on the channel. You can go ahead and check them out. Have a greatest day. I thank you so much for watching. Have a greatest day, as I said, and bye-bye.